You may consider yourself a do-it-yourselfer, but even the best of us need to hire professionals once in a while. Here are 5 things you need to do before you hire a contractor. Number 1, make sure they actually exist and they're a real contractor. Unfortunately, there's a lot of Facebook scams and all kinds of weird stuff going on the internet these days. Just in our town group alone, for example, I see all kinds of people posting about duct cleaning and things like that. You click on their profile, it's pretty scammy. They're not a real contractor. So make sure before you call anybody, message anybody, send a check, that you're getting a hold of a real live contractor. Number 2, check references or read reviews about contractors before you hire them. There are lots of real contractors out there that are real lousy at what they do. There are thousands and thousands of stories out there of people who have hired contractors who botched jobs, didn't finish jobs, left their home in unusable conditions. Before you sign on that dotted line, it's best to make sure that somebody that you know or trust, or maybe somebody online has posted a bunch of good reviews. You want to make sure that people have had a good experience with good quality with this contract. Number 3, insurance is a must when hiring any contractor. You don't want somebody coming in your home who can potentially damage something, create thousands and thousands of dollars worth of damage to your home, and not have insurance of their own for those kind of damages. Or even if they get hurt or one of their employees get hurt, always, always, always ask your contractors if they are insured. Chances are, if they don't have insurance, they don't have this next thing, and that means they're not operating legitimately. Number 4, gonna put a big asterisk next to this one, but depending on the trade, if it's electricians, plumbers, they may require a specific license. Make sure your contractor is licensed to work in your state. The reason there's an asterisk is not every state requires licensing for all of these contractors. However, if your state requires licensing, you need to make sure the person you are hiring holds a valid license for electrical work, plumbing, even general contractors in many states need to have licenses. So make sure you're not just hiring some Joe Schmo who's going to pull up with a Buick full of tools with no insurance, no license, who can do irreparable damage to your home. Now, this last one really only applies to bigger projects, but it's important nonetheless. Number 5, get multiple quotes. If you're remodeling a bathroom, putting addition on your house, having flooring put down, you always want to get 2 or 3 or even more quotes from reputable contractors who are licensed and insured. Make sure that you're not getting raked over the coals and paying thousands and thousands of dollars more for that project than you really need to. You don't always want to go with the lowest bidder. You want to check your references, check the licensing, check the insurance, but you want to make sure that you've got multiple quotes. Here's a bonus tip for you, especially on bigger jobs. Make sure you get everything in writing. Scope of work, very important. What does the job entail from start to finish? If you're remodeling a bathroom, it means the demo, installing the new fixtures, paint. You want all of that spelled out in your scope of work. So halfway through the job, you can't say, well, how come you didn't do this? And the contractor says, well, that's not what you hired me for. You also want to list in the scope of work things like who's responsible for trash removal, who's responsible for cleaning up the job site at the end of the day, and who's responsible for getting inspections if those are required. Another thing you want to have in writing is a payment schedule. Make sure that you understand ahead of time when the contractor expects to be paid, and never, ever pay the whole job up front. Typical payment schedules are 3-3-3. A third up front, a third at some point in the middle of the project, like the completion of a rough wiring, rough plumbing, an inspection, and then the last third due once the entire job is complete. Do not pay a contractor 100% of the job until you are 100% satisfied with the work. The last thing you want to get in writing is the guarantee or the warranty that this contractor is going to provide on their work. You don't want them to be gone for a week. All of a sudden you get a leak, something falls apart, things are breaking, and have no recourse. So you want to make sure it's in writing, signed by both parties, that they warranty the work, they warranty the materials for 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, whatever it may be. So there you have it. 5 things you must do before hiring a contractor, with a bonus. Verify they are legitimate. Check the reviews and references. Make sure they have insurance. Make sure they have a valid license if necessary. Get multiple quotes on big jobs and get everything in writing. Check out my other videos for some more DIY tips. Thanks for watching.